Hello. In this video I'm going to introduce you to some of the new pages for entering results into HalSail on a mobile phone. As you can see, I'm logged on to the HalSail website on my phone, and here is the mobile dashboard which shows the three things that you can do on a phone with HalSail. You can enter results, new results, or edit existing results. You can view any existing results so that you can check that all is correct, and you can email or tweet or send WhatsApp messages with links to those results so that all the competitors know what's happened. So I have set up a little event for RS200 dinghies and for RS aeros. So if I press the enter results button here, you can see that I've scheduled two races for this afternoon. A race for RS200s starting at 14:45. They are racing level, i.e. they're a level fleet with no handicaps, and a race for RS aeros, and they're a mixture of Aero 5s, Aero 7s and Aero 9s, so they will be racing on Portsmouth Yardstick handicaps. So let's just select those two races. Here we are, and you can see three new buttons appear below the list of races. Countdown, which will give a countdown to the various flags that need to be raised and lowered at the start. Pre-select boats, where I can tick off the boats that have actually turned up at the start, ready to race, and enter results when we come to the finish. So let's start off by looking at countdown. And here you are, you see. This shows the current time at the top left, the number of minutes and seconds left till the next event, which will be the raising of the warning flag for the RS200s. I'm using International Code Flag Romeo for the RS200s. And then you see the list of other flag events, the prep flag going up for the RS200s, coming down, their start, the RS Aero warning flag, which is International Code Flag Foxtrot going up, and then their prep flag going up, their prep flag coming down, and finally the RS Aero starts. So we've still got 18 minutes until the start. So let's start pre-selecting the boats that are turning up around the committee boat ready for the race. Pre-select boats. Here we go. So here we see a list of all of the boats in both of those classes, the RS200s and the Aeros, that are in HalSail, ready to take part in this race if they wish to. So far we haven't seen any of them, so none of them are shown as competing yet. None of them have been seen by the race officer. Now let's suppose the first boat hoves into view, and it's a RS Aero, so we'll click on that. So that shows, the little green eye shows that we've actually seen it. All the boats with red eyes we haven't yet seen. Another Aero turns up, and another Aero. Here comes the first RS200. If we want to see more details of that boat, click on it again, and you can see that we've selected it as a competitor. We can see the sail number, the person that normally helms and crews that boat, and we're selecting it for RS200 class in a series which we're calling RS Week, and this is race 1. Now if the normal helm, Brian Beaver, is not sailing that boat, we could enter a guest helm or a guest crew into the boxes there, and that will put them down as sailing this particular boat just for that one race. So they're not the normal sailors for that boat, but they are guesting in that boat for the race. We can also deselect the boat if we made a mistake and it's not really there at all. So let's just close that one for a moment, and I'll carry on and select the other boats as they turn up. Getting a bit closer to the start time now, and most of the boats that are in the two fleets have turned up. There are 4 that have not yet arrived, and it may well be that they're not actually participating in this race. They may well end up by being DNC. Now the point about selecting all of these boats, of course, is that we know which boats are out there, and we know which boats we've got to provide some kind of a result for, whether it's a normal finish or whether it's some other score like OCS or DNF. But all the ones with green eyes, which we'll see in a moment when we come to do the inputting of the results, we have to provide some kind of a result for. The ones with red eyes we haven't seen, and we presume that they are DNC for this race. One other thing I should mention is HalSail event, which is an online tallying system. If your club uses HalSail event and sailors tally out using their app, then all of the boats that have tallied out will appear automatically on this list of competitors selected for the race within HalSail. Getting a bit closer to the time of the first warning signal now, so let's go back to the countdown screen. Here we are. Still 8 minutes to go to the first event, which will be the raising of the RS200 warning flag. Let's just talk about this little button down on the bottom right here called contingencies. This is just a little aid memoir, maybe for the less experienced race officers. So if I click that, it reminds people that which flags to use for any boat that's over the line. If you want to do a general recall, it shows you the first substitute flag, and also the AP for postponing a race at any point. Just a little aid memoir. Cancel that. Now, time has passed, and we are coming up towards the time for the first event, raising of the first flag, Flag Romeo, for the warning flag for the RS200s. 13 seconds to go. We receive a beep time countdown on the phone. Flag up. Here we go. The first flag is flying, and now we're counting down to the time for the preparatory flag to go up. Ready to raise the P flag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flag up. And now we're waiting for the P flag to come down again in just under 3 minutes. 5 seconds to go to the strap down for the RS200s. Flag down. So the next event is going to be the RS200 start, which is the same as the warning flag for the RS Aeros. So the 200s are in their last minute, counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. RS200s are away. Coming up. 3, 2, 1, flag up. Three seconds to go to the aero flag, P flag coming down, and the arrows are in their last minute before they start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, aero start. All races should have started. So let's get on with entering some results. I'm ready to enter some results now. You notice from the time at the top left hand side of the screen here that hasn't been a very long race, but I want to get on with this video. So let's press on the enter results button. Here we go. And you'll see here's a list of all of the boats that are out there. You'll see the ones at the top of the list here with green eyes. So they were all ones that were seen before the start. So they're around somewhere. They've got to get some kind of a result. And if I scroll down to the bottom, you can see that there were 4 boats that were not seen before the start, and so they've got red eyes. They are DNC in this race unless they unexpectedly turn up. Let's suppose that the first boat, an RS200, is coming up towards the finishing line, and it is finishing now. And there we are. He's in first place. It's a level race, therefore we don't need times for the RS200s, but he's in first place in the 200s. Another RS200 coming up to the line. There he is, second place. And a third RS200. There he is, third place. Now suppose one of the arrows is coming up. Here he comes, crossing the line. Now. Oops. Now. And there we are, I've taken his time. If we're a bit late clicking on that, we can just tap that button, and every time we tap, the time will go down by a second. If we think that we made a bigger mistake on the time, or if we want to change his status, we can bring up a screen which will allow you to adjust the time any way you like, and we can change his status. At the moment he's finishing okay, but suppose he was actually DNF, we can save him as DNF. There we are. Oops, now here we come, another Aero 7 coming up. There he is, take his time, and another one. And we're gradually finishing them all. Last couple of arrows are just about to come up to the line now. There's the first one, and here's the last one, and he's just come across to hail us to say that he's retiring from the race. So here we are, we'll change his status from OK to retired. There we are. So he retired. So there we are. There we have all of the boats with the green eyes, all the ones that were seen before the start. They're all there with some kind of a finishing time or place or a non-finishing status. And the 4 boats who were not seen before the start with the red eyes, they are all DNC, no results being given for them. And once you've done that, basically you have finished inputting all of the information, and it is all up on the internet, ready for anybody to take a look at. So let's go back to the dashboard, and let's view results. So here we are, and these are the results that we've just put in for the arrows. And here are the ones we've just put in for the RS200s. Check those. Happy with those. Back to the dashboard, and now we can let everybody know that the results are there and waiting for them to have a look at. So we can email them. We can send a tweet on the HalSail race results Twitter feed, and if your club has its own Twitter account, it can be duplicated automatically onto the club account. And we can also send the results out via WhatsApp. Back to the dashboard, and there we are. Results are on the web, and we can go back to the bar.